Welcome back. Where have I been? Today is Sunday, casual Sunday, getting ready for The Walking Dead tonight. Sunday, February 19th. It's been a while. I didn't go back and check to see when my last video was, but I know it's been a good while. So what's been happening in my life? It's been crazy. You remember back November time frame, I became very ill. Thought I was better. Got worse. Got better. Well, earlier last month, it started coming back, and I just put off going to the doctor. And then finally one weekend, I had my grandson, and I woke up in the night. I had 102 temperature, and I decided this is it, I've got to go. And I ended up having walking pneumonia. So not a lot of stitching has gotten done. I do have probably more than I think to share. I know that I didn't do a video in January because I have a new start. January 1st, I had a new start. So let me just go ahead and show you what my new start. If you recall, I received this as a gift from one of my stitching friends, Rebecca. It's from the Primitive Hair, and it's called Stitcher Sampler. And I chose this pattern as a new start because it was from a friend. And this is how far I've gotten on it. So the pattern is from Rebecca, and the needle minder is from Emily. And I just thought it was a great way to start the new year with friends. I've enjoyed stitching on this. I haven't gotten to stitch on it as much as I would like, but there you have it. It's stitched with Gentle Art Sampler Threads Garden Gate, and I can't remember what. Oh, and this linen is from Abby, and I can't remember which one it is, but it's a 40 count, and I'm stitching 1/2. So I thought that was a great way to start the year with my stitching friends. Then on January 22nd, I needed a new start, and I started this from, it's called A Bushel and a Peck. My intent was to get it done in time for Valentine's Day. Didn't happen. It is from the Spring 2016 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And here it is. Of Pineberry Lane. And I am using the Call for DMC threads. And this is my progress. Not a lot. It's not that it's not enjoyable. I just, like I said, I just haven't at that point wasn't stitching a lot. I just didn't feel well. And this is on probably a 36 count, some fabric that I dyed myself. I also, in anticipation of doing a lot of stitching for Valentine's Day, purchased this from Jenny Hoffman from Country Rustic Primitives. I carry the Key Pillow Tuck, and I thought that was a cute little one that would be nice for Valentine's Day, but again, did not get it started. Then once I'd gotten the antibiotics in me, which was a whole crazy another situation, they wanted to give me the Z-Pack, and I really wanted the Z-Pack because I know it's heavy duty and it would knock whatever it is in my system out. However, my son is highly allergic to the Z-Pack. When he was just in grade school, he had it, and he developed Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which, if you don't know what that is, it's, I'm sorry, it's a nice day out. I have the windows open, and I have some crazy neighbors, if you can hear that. Anyway, he got Stevens-Johnson syndrome. It's where he got blisters in his mouth. He had to go into hospital, be put on IVs. It was horrible. And when I mentioned that to the doctor, they were like, no, we don't know, you know, you may be allergic to it as well, so we're not going to give it to you. So I'm still kind of fighting whatever it is, excuse me, that I had. But once I did get the antibiotics in me, I started feeling better, so I started more stitching. And the stitching that I'm going to show you now has happened probably in the last 2 weeks. I started back on my Rosewood Manor antique tin tiles. And if you recall, this is the one that I kind of over-dyed some floss for. And I completed the second tile and made a wee little start on the third tile. I'm very pleased with the way this is turning out, and I can't wait to see more progress on it. And, sorry, that needle minder is one that I made myself. I got this piece from an Etsy shop called the Pork Chop Shop, and he has a lot of neat cutouts. Okay, so then let me, before this all starts falling off, it is already. Put that away. And once I started on antique tin tiles, I decided I wanted to get back to And a Four Screw, also by Rosewood Manor. And get this bad boy up here. Let me unroll it a little bit for you. When you last saw this, well, maybe it's just easier for me to tell you what I have completed this time around. If I put my hand right here, everything under my hand is what I have done in the last couple of weeks. So some good progress on it. I've come all the way across. This is the edge of the pattern, and now I'm starting down in the second half, the lower half of the design. Sorry, this is like a monster. Excuse me. This is another needle minder that I got from the Pork Chop Shop. Added my magnet to the back of it. This one is from my daughter. She did some etchings and then printed, it's a print off of an etching, a larger etching. So it's, my cow is in the forest. So let me show you. Go across this way and up. And I had a question. One of my viewers asked me about this frame. It is just an old scroll rod. Actually, I will do a separate video on the different frames that I use. But I did want to show this neat little gadget that I picked up when I lived in England. It's called a Twizzler, and it looks like this, and it looks like this, and you use it. Let me see if I can get this into frame. Probably not. You use it to tighten the wing nuts, and you just put it in there and you turn, and it saves your fingers. So again, I purchased that from so-and-so, and this is the company name, and it's called the Twizzler. So just a neat little tool. And last but not least, I just started back on His Eyes on the Sparrow from Heartstring Samplery. I know a lot of people are doing this. I'm doing this with a group on Instagram, which I've been MIA on Instagram as well. Hopefully I am back on track. I know one of my New Year's resolutions was to make more regular videos. Clearly I failed on that front, but I'm gonna think of this as my new year, new start on that. So I will get back into regular videos. I don't remember exactly where I was the last time you saw this. Probably where I picked up last night, which was working on this house here. I completed that house and got started on the second portion of that. I hope you can see this because I cannot see what, there we go. I still love working on this. I cannot wait to see more progress on this. I've enjoyed every single motif, and I love the colors. This is using Gentle Arts and Weeks overdyed floss. I'm stitching it 1/2, and that is 40 count oil of amber fabric from Hand Dyed Fibers. Okay, that is all the stitching I've done in 2 months. Not as much as I would like, but every stitch counts, right? I've also spent a lot of time in January when I wasn't stitching, working on my journal, which I know I promised to do a video about. And what I've spent the most time in here doing is thread management. So I'm going to do later today a video on my thread, on this and my thread management. So I'll just give you a quick sneak peek. It's already getting full. I have 4 different books in here. This is the first one, and this is the section where I put my new starts and my whips. This is the second section, which I am putting just some notes, my purchases, just some general notes about why I've been stitching, what I've been stitching. My third section is a section about contact information and like directions for different things when I hand dye something, what I use and how I do it. And then my third section is this section, which is my thread management section, and it's rapidly growing. So I will give a closer view of that in a separate video, along with how I manage all my floss and fibers. Okay, when you're not stitching, you're stashing. But before I get into that, in case some of you don't want to watch that, and I completely understand that, I have a couple of requests. Back in an earlier video at the end of last year, I showed this little guy that I had stitched years ago and had made him into a wall hanging, and then he went through a flood, and then I recently turned him into a pillow. And I thought that I still had the pattern somewhere. I had a request on here to look and see who the designer was of this. I've searched high and low. I must have given the pattern away or lent it out and never got it back. And I could not find the pattern. So then I went online looking, and I cannot find who the designer is of this guy. So if any of you know who possibly designed this, I would love to know, because I would like to help out that fellow stitcher who would like to stitch this as well. So here's a closer look of him. He is stitched using the called for fibers. I do remember that, and the call for fabric, which is a rather large count fabric that's similar to burlap. There's a result of the flood. So please, I've got, it's driving me crazy not being able to find him online anywhere. So if you could help me out, I would appreciate it. And my second request, I am on the hunt for some limited edition Gentle Art sampler threads. I have located a few, but it's for Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. I have located some, but I'm still in search of Coffin Lid, Sarcophagus, Dried Blood, Burial Ground, and Swamp Water. I put a request on Stash Unload, and I've gotten no response whatsoever. And I think that might be because as of January 1st or 15th, they started doing the in search ofs differently. It goes into a completely different section. So not as many members get to see those in search of unless they go to that section looking. And I don't know why they started doing it that way, but it doesn't get as much notice. So again, even if it's a partial skein, I will take that, and I will be happy to purchase it. I'm not asking for it for free. I will purchase it from you. So again, it's Gentle Art Sampler Thread, limited editions, Coffin Lid, Sarcophagus, Dried Blood, Burial Ground, and Swamp Water. Please and thank you. Okay, so like I said, when I just didn't have the energy to stitch, I did have the energy to shop, and I was going to purchase some new frames, and that was it. That was all I was going to purchase this year, with the exception of fabric and threads. I did purchase the new frames. I don't know if you noticed or not. I purchased, these are new to me, Lock Scroll. I love them. I got them in a variety of sizes. And I'm still working on getting the proper tension that I want, but I tend to stitch, well, if I'm not stitching two-handed, I'm stitching using the sewing method. I learned that method when I was stitching in hand, but I developed arthritis in my left hand, and so stitching in hand became something I couldn't do. I stitched faster when I stitched in hand, but it just hurt too much. So now when I have things on a frame or a hoop, I don't typically like my tension super tight to begin with, because it allows me to use the sewing method. The one exception to that is a full coverage piece, like my Heaven and Earth. That I do definitely use two-handed stitching, and I want my tension really tight because it's full coverage and it just works better for me. But I love them. The lock scroll, the guy is really nice to work with. He's been around forever. I do have, oh, let me grab it real quick. Sorry about that. I have a product that he made years ago, and it's still available. But for whatever reason, I didn't realize it was the same company. I purchased this lap stand. Oh my goodness. The very late 80s. No, that's not right. Probably the late 90s, because I purchased it at a stitch retreat when I lived in New Mexico, and that was the first time, 97, 98 time frame. Anyway, it's called the Elan, and this is fully adjustable here, and it's adjustable in this way, so you can stretch it out along this way. It sits on a table, or it sits nicely in your lap, and these were made to attach. Oh, I don't have it open wide enough into here, and then you just loosen the knob and you can flip it back and forth. So I was very excited when I found out that it was the same company, and it's been around for a long time and hopefully will remain around for much longer. But his website is not that user-friendly because he is a small company, and if you find what you want on that website, it's best to email him or call him rather than try to complete your transaction through the website. I kept getting errors, and finally I just gave up and sent him an email, and he very quickly replied and then called me. So that was great. So that was going to be my only purchase of 2017, my only major purchase of 2017. Well, this happened. Oh, I think I had mentioned in a previous video that for my birthday I was going to buy myself the Garden Club series. Well, I had ordered it, so I received that, and this is by Blackbird Designs. And when I saw Nicole from Nicole's Needlework stitching these, they were just beautiful, and the colors just spoke to me, and I had to have it. So I purchased the linen to go with it, the 40 count buttercream linen, and all the patterns. That will most likely not be a start this year, but now I have it. And everything that I purchased was either from 123 Stitch, Stitch and Frog, Stitching Bits and Bobs, which I don't know if I've just lucked out with her. I have not had any problem with receiving my orders in a timely manner with her. I don't know why, knock on wood, I don't know why that is, that some people have waited for weeks and weeks, but mine usually come. I mean, she's not as fast as 1-2-3 Stitch, but you know, I order it and then by the next week I have it. So I don't know. So yeah, 1-2-3 Stitch, Stitch and Frog. And is it Martha at Stitch and Frog is just wonderful. She's a very nice person to work with. And then I think I do have one eBay order on here. So, you want to see? I got Thread Keeper by Little House Needleworks. The Needle Lady Pocket by Little House Needleworks. Spot of Coffee by Little House Needleworks. And that reminds me, I don't know how I missed the coffee series, the beginning of the coffee series by Heartstring Samplery. I feel like I need that now. I ordered Betsy's Tart from Plum Street Samplers, and sorry for the glare. I also went ahead and picked up the tart pan for like $4. Had I known beforehand, it tells you in here that you can pick these up in a set of 6, I believe it is, from Hobby Lobby or Michael's in their cake baking section. I had yet to pick up this, so that was the 2016 Santa from Prairie Schooler, so I needed that. Put these all together. This had been on my wish list for quite a while, and then it went on sale, so, you know, I needed that. It is called the Tombstone Angel Pin Keep from Stacy Nash. Not taking it out of the package. Sorry for the glare. And also, anything bee related was also on sale. So, you know me and bees. I had to get the potting shed. And that is by Country Stitches, which is Brenda Gervais. I ordered some doubloon. Can never have too much of that in your stash. Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Samplery. I will take this one out. This one is called Spring Blessings by Blackbird Designs. Too cute, had to have that. A Study of Bees by Kathy Baaack, or Bee Study. It is a beautiful day here today, and like what, 73 degrees, February 19th. Gotta love it. So the sun is shining, and I'm not going to complain about the glare. I decided, Honeybee Hill, another Blackbird design. And then I have always loved doing miniature things and if you recall, the beginning of last year, I did an Erica Michaels piece called, can't remember what it's called, but it was stitched on 40 count gauze, 1/1 with silk. And so I needed to pick up some more out of her petite collection, which is Go Riding. Honey Berry. Liberty and Justice. And then I'm trying to think ahead in what I want to do for Christmas ornaments this coming Christmas. And so I ordered Santas and Snowmen from the Prairie Schooler. This is my first purchase of the reprints of them. And like many of you, I'm highly disappointed in the quality. If the price was lower, I don't think I would have any complaints. But I could print this on my home printer on better paper than this. And it's just disappointing. It's substandard. And they're charging the same amount as what we paid for this type of pattern from the Prairie Schooler before they shut down. And it's like, I just feel like it's a ripoff. It's just like flimsy, and I don't know. And then I saw Abby, and Abby, I miss you. I hope life is treating you well. Whatever you're up to, just know that you are in my thoughts, and I'm wishing you good things, and we miss you. But I saw her stitch this. It's called Thread Gatherer by Little House Needleworks. And I found it on eBay for a really good price, and I can't remember the seller, but she had listed it that she had the Krennic for it. And she sent me a message saying, I'm sorry I no longer have the exact Krennic, but I have some others that I'll throw in at no charge. And she sent 3 different ones with it. I thought that was really nice. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I got this crazy idea in my head. I don't even know. I'd seen these years ago. I haven't seen them recently. I don't know what made me think about them, but I have this plan that I want to do. And these designs are by Cherrywood Design Studio. It's the Dictionary series, and the only one I could find is Needle. And they have like linen and Ada and floss and a variety of other ones. And this is the only one I could find online. So if anyone knows where I can find the others that are in this series, I would love to purchase them. If it's from a shop, great. If it's from an individual, great. But if you know, I would love to purchase all of them. So again, it's Cherrywood Design Studio. It's called the Dictionary series, and they all look similar to this, only obviously floss has the floss definition, etc., etc. And then I have, for some of you who may not know yet, Pineberry Lane released a new freebie, and it's so cute. this is what it consists of. It's got the strawberry, a little pin keep, the little shoe, and there's another photo of the strawberry. So that's on her blog. Can't wait to stitch that. I think they're called Tilly Pin Keeper. Or maybe Petite Stitches. But it's by Pineberry Lane, and they're just adorable. Okay, as if that weren't enough, this happened. What am I thinking? Do I have a twin that's going to come and just help me do this? Have more hours been added to the day? And if you could see my fabric stash in my craft room, which maybe someday I will be brave enough to do a tour of my craft room, but it's usually a disaster area because, well, I'm in there crafting. I don't need any more fabric. But I've gotten wrapped up in this project bag, and you know, I do my my little basket-like things. And I was at Joann's and I couldn't resist. And then I went online to the Fat Quarter shop and I couldn't resist. And I won't show you all of them, but I'll just show you a couple of my favorites. This being one with the little bee skeeps, and I don't know if this just has a little, oh, you can see it there. How cute is that? So that was from the Fat Quarter shop. Another one of my favorites from the Fat Quarter shop is this one. And I probably in my stash have some coordinating fabric to go with this. These two are the same, just in different colorways. Let me see which one shows up the best. But it has, let me get it going in the right, maybe there's no, it's non-directional maybe. But it looks like a sampler. So I had to have that in both colorways because I couldn't decide. Then from Joann's, this is my absolute favorite. And this is a Tim Holtz fabric. And I got the polka dot to go along with it. This one is like a farmer's market. And clearly I'm on a polka dot kick because I got a gray polka dot to go with that. Maybe I'm going to end up showing you most of them. Another Tim Holtz. And yet again, polka dot to go with that. Then coffee. Oh, guess what? Polka dots. And I got 3 Christmas fabrics. And clearly, I'm liking this little polka dot a lot because I bought it a second time. But I just thought those snowmen were too cute. And then my other Christmas fabrics. Like I said, when I'm gonna find the time to do anything with that, I don't know. maybe my twin will show up and do it in the night, right? What else? Oh, I have sort of caught up on answering all your questions and on my videos. I still have a couple. I will get to those hopefully today or tomorrow on a 4-day weekend, and this is day 3 of the 4-day weekend, so I'm feeling the crunch. I'm still watching, not as much as I would like. Life is just like, you know, been crazy, like I said, between being ill and I've had to go down to my hometown a couple of times, trying to sort out my dad's estate. That is not going as easy as we thought it would be. And yeah, I'll just leave it there. And it's nowhere close to being settled. I'll just say that. So that's causing a lot of mental anxiety. And just life. But hopefully I am back in the groove. Like I said, I'm going to put together a video on my thread management. I've had some questions about my frames and my stands. I will try to put together a video on that, but I want to make them separate videos in case you know, some of you aren't interested in those. Then, you know, I'm not going to lump it all in one. I think that's it. I think that is all I have today. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Oh wait, no, I do have another thing. I am rapidly approaching my FlossTube anniversary, which I just had a look. I knew it was coming up. My first video was March 16th of 2016. So I will be doing something special for that in the very near future. So stay tuned for that. I can't believe it's been a year already. I've enjoyed every moment. I wonder what my life was like pre-FlossTube. I can't imagine life now without it. I feel like I've met some really great people. I consider you all my stitching friends, and I look forward to another year. So on that happy note, I wish you all well. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye for now.